You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'.
What is going down? This is your boy Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're into anime, if you are into nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is podcast episode 339. And we got a few things to discuss, man. We got a lot of anime to talk about. I want to definitely get into some of that. We also have some Zelda news. Bittersweet, especially if it depends on a certain factor when it comes to this upcoming movie. I'll get to that. Trust me. Also, Rockstar. Okay, Rockstar Games. Huge announcement. We'll see what happens with that. I'm going to talk a little bit about some GTA. Also, Steam Deck. Man. For the people who waited for that, you may be in for a treat. I'm going to break that down a little bit as well. And then what I'm playing currently, what's coming out on the horizon, guys. If you don't know, there's a lot of stuff coming out this month. There's a lot of stuff coming out this week. I'm going to get into some of that. And we got some Xbox stuff to talk about. Xbox let me down, and I found out about this on accident. I thought I knew what I was talking about, and I guess I didn't. I'm going to get into that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the show. I guess I want to go ahead and start off with my anime watch list, because if you guys heard the last week's podcast, you know there's a lot of shit out here in the water, and I just didn't have time to watch it all. Same goes for this past week, but I'll tell you what I did get to watch, and if you haven't seen it, you need to go see it, and I'm going to get to that in two shakes of a lamb's tail. But first, I want to start off with Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix. Got a chance to finish that. Not going to lie to you, first episode had me kind of perplexed at how they wrote these characters, guys. Laserhawk is the main protagonist, and apparently he's gay, okay? That kind of hit me in the face out of nowhere. Didn't see that coming, and I didn't kind of understand the writing in that, but hey, it's not my show. So I just kind of moved on with it, you know. It was good enough to continue to watch it all the way through, in my opinion, because when I was waiting for one character, and mainly one character only, and that was Sam Fisher. And I'm not going to spoil anything if you guys haven't watched it, but there's some stuff going on. I will say Sam Fisher's daughter is also in this. He has a daughter, and he is in this. And the ending definitely gives you an appetite for more after the credits start rolling. So they definitely did a good job with that. I definitely also liked the choreography in this. I even liked the anime style as well. I liked the action scenes. It was a pretty good anime. It was nicely done for the most part. I'm going to say there's some flaws in there. There's some things that I just didn't understand, which should have been written this way, but they definitely went over the top in a lot of different scenarios and scenes and stuff like that. So I guess having a gay protagonist is just part of that charade that they were having or giving us. It is what it is. Is it worth watching? If you're asking me right now, I would definitely say yes, it is worth a watch. And if you're a fan, especially of the Blood Dragon DLC, which I am a huge fan of, it's my favorite game, Far Cry game, period. There's a lot of dope Far Cry games out there, so that's saying a lot in my opinion. But yeah, this was a DLC to Far Cry 3. It was called Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, and it's still to this day my favorite Far Cry game. Okay, if you haven't played Blood Dragon, you might want to check that one out. It's pretty much available everywhere. I think I mentioned this before, but definitely check that one out. You won't be disappointed. Okay, you won't. But this one had nothing to do with the character, the main character in that. It's just, I guess they took some things, that universe, that kind of feel of that, what was going on there. Some of the stuff, not everything, and they kind of made their own thing. That's why, I guess, hence the name Remix. So definitely check it out. It's definitely worth a look. It's on Netflix, and Netflix has a lot of shit, guys, on there right now, and a lot of shit coming. I'm going to get to some of those as well. And one of those that are on the way was one that goes by the name of John Wick. Believe it or not, John Wick has an anime coming out, okay? And I think it's coming to Netflix. I want to say it's coming to Netflix. And then there's another one, Terminator, has an anime coming as well. I know for a fact that one's coming to Netflix. And I think the trailer is out for that one. But yeah, big John Wick fans out there, you're going to enjoy this. I think you're going to love it. I got a friend of mine who just loves John Wick, all the movies. And there's a lot of people out there who feel the same way. So they'll be happy to know that if you're in the anime, you definitely want to see this. And I tell people all the time, if you don't even like anime, I think those people who say they don't like anime just haven't given it a chance, because I truly believe that in the world of anime now, especially in today's age, there is something out there for everybody. I'm telling you. It's the reason why it's so huge in Japan, because Japan treats it like TV or movies. They look at it the same way we look at those here in the West, right? But to them, it's normal every day to incorporate anime as a part of the culture, what people consume. They consume anime just as much as they consume live action, anything down there. So you just have to open your mind. I think that's a major issue. That a lot of people aren't willing to open their minds and really allow some of these stories to, take hold of them and take them on a place they've never been before. And I think that's the power of just the world of anime. And they do it so good out there in Japan. It makes no sense. There's so many dope anime out here, and you guys should definitely give it a chance. If you don't watch it or if you haven't seen it, I just feel that you just haven't found the one for you. And then once you find that one for you, eventually you'll fall down that anime rabbit hole, and then you'll figure out, I should have been watching this shit for years. And that's just my opinion on it. But anyway, those two are going to become anime. Looking forward to those. Both of them, I think, are on Netflix. I want to say John Wick is as well, but I'll definitely talk more about this the closer we get to those. But yeah, the main one I wanted to talk about, though, guys, one of them I didn't finish. Let me just say that real quick. And that was Onimusha, and I didn't have time to finish it. But Onimusha, I'm about halfway done with Onimusha, and it is definitely a dope anime. It's definitely a darker anime. And I think all my OG Onimusha fans should definitely watch that one. I'll finish that one this week for sure, and I'll talk a little bit about that one, spoiler free, of course, next week. But the one I really wanted to talk about, and I'm not going to spoil this one, of course, but I'm just going to tell you all that you need to go watch this anime. And I'm talking about Blue Eye Samurai. This one here is definitely a 10 out of 10. I'm saying that right now off the cuff. I understand what people are saying. And this is one of those occasions where when you look at the reviews and you see what they're saying, this shit holds all the water, all the weight. You should definitely see this. You should definitely go watch this anime. You will not be disappointed, guys. It took me on so many different roller coaster rides, and the way that they wrapped it up, I will say that it's going to be a continuation of it. And this was done by a couple, okay, a husband and wife team. I think they're American as well. The writing in this is just chef's kiss. It's so good. And just the story in general about this this protagonist, man, it's more like anti-hero. Let me say that, because there's things that are done here, and this is a darker anime as well, which I also appreciate. It's on the darker side, so you're in for a hell of a ride is what I'm going to say when you watch this one. Okay, it's basically the story of revenge and how one deals with things that happen to them and what they choose to do with it. I don't know about saying anything else because I just don't want to give too much of it away, but the characters are very interesting. And I really love the main character of this anime. I'm a huge fan of this anime. Now I hope this thing goes places. With this season alone, I think it's going to be enough to take it to the top. They're definitely doing a season 2 because this one is just too good. It's too perfect. And I don't say that a lot about a lot of animes, man, especially these. You know, what surprised me most about this is the fact that, you know, when animes usually come on, your typical anime is only about 21, 22 minutes per episode. But they kind of branched off from that. It's 8 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it's 8 episodes. And each episode is around, 45 minutes to an hour, give or take, depending on what episode you watch. So you're getting a nice, beefy story. They break it down. And I think the first episode, to be honest with you, was like an hour, like over an hour. I can't remember. I know they're decently long and you will definitely get what you need to get out of them. Okay. It's just a dope anime. It's really good, man. And I heard people talking about it and everything, and I took a break from some of the other ones, and I couldn't stop watching this one. Once I finished the first episode of this, my focus was dead set on this anime, and I wasn't watching anything else until I finished this one. And I have to say it's definitely a must watch. Blue Eye Samurai, it's on Netflix. You gotta watch it. And Netflix just keeps coming with shit. I don't know. Every time I think I'm done and they've put out enough, they add more shit. They do. And now I'm just questioning, what else are they going to add? What else are we going to get to see? I can't fucking wait. I really can't. These are bangers, straight up. Netflix has some bangers. So if you guys are sleeping on Netflix when you want to watch anime, do it no more. Okay. Go check this one out. Blue Eye Samurai. Anyway, let's move on to the next lecture at hand. And I want to talk about Zelda. The Legend of Zelda. Yes. If you guys have been hiding under a rock, then you probably don't know, but there's been an announcement made about Zelda and it's going to have a live action movie. Okay. And I think the company that is going to be doing it of all companies is Sony Pictures. Sony and Nintendo getting together to make a live action Zelda movie. Okay. Now, some people may be jumping for joy. I am not one of those people, okay? And this is why. In my opinion, everything is not meant to be live action. I've said this before, many occasions, guys. Dragon Ball, like, I remember when they first announced that, I was like, what are they doing? It's just some universes that should not be made into live action just because it's popular. It just doesn't make sense. Some can get away with it. Some have gotten away with it, but most will not. And I fear that this is going to be one of those. I really do. I think that this rendition is going to be a stain on the Zelda franchise. And I don't want that. I'm trying to, create some sort of damage control. I don't know what else. What can I do? Nothing. I'm just one person who has a, small podcast in the middle of, some country hick town right now. There's nothing I can do about it. But I would like to think that with enough of us getting together and voicing our opinions of the same mind, we might be able to come to something where they listen before they begin production on this and change the animation and change the whole thing from live action to, like, I don't know, Ghibli or something more accustomed to just an animation studio. I think if it was an animation studio, I'd be way, way hyped for this. Definitely. Because they could go in so many different directions, guys. You can't do this. A lot of this shit will not transition well, in my opinion, to live action. It just won't. The world is so whimsical and wonderful in a certain way. I just don't see them being able to make that happen live action. I just don't. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this. I personally am calling it and saying it's not going to do well. I think it's going to flop, and I don't understand it. I mean, look at Super Mario Brothers. Look at that one. I loved that movie. That was a dope movie, right? It was animated, and that's how it should be. Like, if you guys don't remember, a lot of you guys listening may not understand or may not know this, but there was a live action Mario movie and it was trash. It was, it really was. Okay. It just didn't go over well, in my opinion. Some people may have liked it. I didn't. I just think some things should just stay animated, period. That's just what it is, guys. I don't want to see a Dragon Ball live action. I don't want to see some of my favorite anime that aren't drawn that way. Toriyama art style is not, in my opinion, meant, for that. And I feel the same way about the world of the Zelda. Okay. I just do. And that's what we're looking at now. So we got this announcement. You all know, most of us know that when you get announcements, the actual end product is still ways and ways and ways off. So we probably won't see this Zelda movie until 2025, maybe even 2026, if I'm being honest. And we'll see. I'll be covering it. As I get news, I will definitely report it back and see where this is going. Because hopefully they listen to what everybody's saying and they put this out here into the ecosphere or whatever, and they let people kind of chime in like we're chiming in now, and they get an idea of, we shouldn't do this. Let's pull back the curtain. Let's go back. Let's get us an animated or animation team, and let's start there. And hopefully they take heed of that. But some people are stubborn. Some people don't want to listen until it's over with. And let's see, and let's hope that happens. Like I said, this is just my opinion. Some of you guys may love it. Some of you guys may think it's cool. I just have to be real with myself, and it's not for me. So it's a no for me, man. But we shall see. We definitely shall. Let's talk about this Rockstar situation. Okay. Everybody's talking about it. It's going crazy. GTA 6, Rockstar Games has announced that in December they're going to premiere. I guess we're going to get a trailer on GTA 6. Okay. And we're going to find out a little bit more information, hopefully. And they don't give us, just some rinky dink trailer just saying, oh, we're announcing it. A lot of companies love to do that shit. But we'll see, man. That'll also give us an indication on hopefully how far along they are in the game. I mean, I think a while back some stuff leaked a little bit. So I don't know how far they actually are, or how close they are to completing this. But if I'm judging and I have to make a quick call on this, I would say that they still got a little ways to go, for the simple fact that this is going to be their cash cow, because GTA 5 is already their cash cow. Technically, that's their main thing here. And they don't want to fuck this up. They don't want to fuck this up. They've put out so much shit for GTA 5 that I don't know what to expect. I don't know how they can top what they've already got. You got to keep in mind, this shit came out when I had a PlayStation 3. Okay, this shit came out long ago. Okay, and they want this to stick around for maybe even longer. And to do that, you've got to make a dope first impression, and you got to give us something that we haven't seen. And I don't know how they're going to pull this off. I have faith in Rockstar, though. I definitely do. They are an awesome company, so I'm sure they'll find a way to do it. It's just, I don't know when this is coming out. I don't know how close they are to it. I don't think it's going to be close. I think we're looking at 2025, not 2024. I really do. I think that they're doing this for the shareholders, some of the people who are, got a lot of stock involved in this. And they're looking at it like that. Okay, we need to see some kind of return. And to do that, GTA can make an announcement and the stock will go up. Okay, and make some people happy and buy them some more time. All right, that's what I think. Could I be wrong? Sure. Could they come out in 2024? Yeah, most people hope they will. And we should see. We're only going to know that when we know that. And that's where I'm at on it right now. I know the world is going to just blow up. People are going to go batshit crazy when this does come out. And you're going to get so many players out here doing crazy shit. It's going to be crazy. YouTube channels will be born off of this game. New YouTube channels, new YouTubers. I can see all these things. I can see the future. And these are one of those groundbreaking games. These are one of the games that actually has the power to do that. And we'll definitely find out. I can't wait. Anything else? Yeah. 25th anniversary is coming up for them. So in December, it'll be their 25th anniversary. So yeah, putting it out, the 25th anniversary is kind of special, I guess. And we'll see what happens. Most likely they're going to show this, in my opinion, at the Video Game Awards, which is December. I want to say December 12th, if I'm remembering correctly. Could be off a little bit, but I think it's somewhere around that time. And that's where we're going to get a lot of, I think, new reveals. I think Level 5 is an indie studio, which I forgot to mention as one of my top indie studios as well when I talked about that last week, that they're coming out with a lot of stuff. They're going to be hitting us over the head with a lot of different trailers and stuff, they claim. I just read that recently, right before I started recording. So I'm looking forward to that as well, because they're definitely another dope indie studio. You got Level 5, you have Devolver Digital, you have Team 17. You have a lot of these type of companies who are awesome at what they do, and can't wait for that. Okay. And with that being said, I want to kind of segue into my next thing when I'm talking about indie games. And I want to talk a little bit about the Steam Deck OLED. Yes, the Steam Deck OLED is coming out, I think, on the 15th or 16th of this, in a few days. A few days it's going live, right? I was excited when I saw this because I've always wanted a Steam Deck. Now, I'm not a PC guy, but I will fuck with the Steam Deck. I loved everything that the Steam Deck, the first one, had to offer. They had a lot of dope things about it. There were some flaws there as well, but a lot of those have been corrected with this new OLED. Okay. You don't just get the OLED, you get a lot of other things, or a lot of upgrades, shall I say, with this model here. And this is the one I'm here for. Now, I know that they're working on a second version of this. Okay. A Steam Deck 2, which probably won't come out for another 2-3 years, but I know it's going to be awesome when it comes out. And a lot of people are actually salty now who have a Steam Deck, who now got this information on this one here. So that's understandable, but that's kind of the price you pay when you are trying to be some of the first people to go in on some of these, this hardware. You know, that's just what it is. I've done it. It's happened to me with Nintendo, and it's probably happened to some of you guys with whatever it is that you bought. And a few months later, you got another rendition of it and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that's just the game we play. That's the price, and that's what it is. So charge that one to the game. But this OLED is looking to be pretty sweet. And a lot of people are saying that, well, this OLED is not going to be any different as far as the processing power and all of that. And that's true. It's not going to be, anything different. It's still going to be the same processor. And a lot of these new games coming out, these new AAA games coming out, aren't going to be able to, it's not going to be able to handle those like that, or unless you really go in there and mess with a lot of the settings. And even then, some games won't allow you to do that even then. But for me personally, when I think of the Steam Deck, or if I ever did get a PC, it would have to be the best of the best. If I got a PC, it would have to be no expenses spared. Okay. That's why I know I'm not getting it, because that's going to cost a lot of money. And I've always been a console guy. I'm simple. I like to put it in and play it. Okay. Put the butter on the table and just play the games. All right. I don't like messing with all this stuff. And with a portable device like the Steam Deck, I don't mind doing that. That's my baby PC. I'm cool with that. But the reason why I'm so intrigued and I really want a Steam Deck is not for the AAA games. I'll stick to the consoles for those AAA games. What I really like to switch the Steam Deck for is the indie games. I'm a huge indie game fanatic. I love indie games. Okay. There's a lot of dope games that come out here, and none of them, a lot of them are on PC. I see videos all the time where games, here's some upcoming roguelikes, here's upcoming this, upcoming that. And I've seen so many of them that aren't coming to console, or a lot of them will end up coming, but later. But there's a lot of dope indie games on the fucking PC. And that's the machine I would pick to use for those experiences. That's what I want the Steam Deck for. And that's what I was going to buy it for. I'm not going to get the Steam Deck and download, a AAA game that's 150 gigabytes or anything like that on my handheld. I'm not doing that. I want to play games that are anywhere from 0 or 1. It doesn't go any further than maybe 10 gigabytes. I'm not even 5, to be honest with you, is too much for me. It has to be something I'm really, really wanting if I'm going to do that with the Steam Deck. Okay. And that's, like I said, the couple that I'm looking at, there's one that is, I think it's $529. And that one gives you, I think, 512 gigabytes of memory. If you want to go for 1 terabyte, then that goes up $100. So you're looking at like 629, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. Those are the prices. And I don't need all that memory. So I think the one I have my eye on is the one in the middle, which is, that 512, and that'll be plenty of space for me to put all my games, do my thing, and not have to worry about anything. So I definitely want this device, and I'm gonna try to save up to get this one. This is one I really, really want. And like I said, indie games, that's what I play for. So I'm just telling you, it'd probably be hundreds of indie games on there. You know what I mean? That will be that something that, and it would be exclusive to that Switch. To that machine, that hardware. I would not buy anything that I couldn't play. Basically, if I can play it somewhere else, I'm not getting it on the Steam Deck. I would get it somewhere else, right? I want exclusive games for that. So if it's a game that I really want, but it's just a PC game, that's what would be on there, right? And that's the device I would use for that. So that is what I have my mindset on. And the crazy thing is, by the time I save up for this and get the money for it, most likely the Switch 2 will be out, and that's going to be a decision right there. Because I do want the Switch 2. I am going to be getting the Switch 2. The question then comes to be, in my opinion, is, okay, what's available now for the Switch 2? Because like I said, I don't have any problem with waiting a year and a half before I make that purchase of the Switch 2. And if I'm being completely honest, I probably won't even have access to even buy a Switch 2 within the first 6 months, if we're going off past history here. Okay, with the shortages, if we're going on how crazy the Nintendo fan base is in general, period, anyway, it's going to be hard for them to give everybody that first batch who actually wants it. I just find that hard to believe. It's going to be pandemonium crazy. It was like that with the Switch. It was like that with so many other Nintendo systems, guys, and I don't think it's going to change. All right. So if you're not on the ball, if you're not ready to pounce on that day one, sitting at your computer, and you even then will still have the potential to not get one. Okay. You could be the first one up, and people will just quickly activate those bots. And here we are again. I'm not buying a scalp version. I'm just not going to do that. I'll wait until we can find it in the store, and that'll be that. So I'm probably going to end up doing the Steam Deck first. And then when Nintendo starts kicking out some of these games and the library starts to fatten up a little bit, I can see myself doing that and making that decision. So that's where I'm at right now. Could it change in the future? Yes, it could. But right now, as I'm talking into this microphone at, 3:00 in the morning, that's where we're at right now. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just excited for it, man. Some of the things that this Steam Deck is offering is pretty dope. You got a better screen, which is the OLED, of course. You got a better battery. Okay. More battery life. All right. You got a better display. You got, I think it's 110% from 67% from the first Steam Deck. You also got better peak brightness. You got more memory. You also have it's supposed to be 29 to 30 grams lighter. I'm not, a stickler on weight necessarily, but there you go for that. Also, it's got a quicker fan. It's also got a larger heatsink. And these are things I'm just on a technical aspect. I'm reading off here, guys, because I'm not really a technical guy when it comes to anything PC related, but these are things that are apparently better than the last one. So I'm just spitting this shit out. Okay. And then they also have louder speakers, which is dope. Okay. With better improved bass. That's always a plus if you want to play it like that. And then one thing that I really took note of is the charging speed. Okay. So you go from 20% in 45 minutes to 80% in 45 minutes. So that's a huge difference. Okay. So basically you charge your shit for an hour and you're good to go now, as opposed to maybe a few hours on the last Steam Deck. So that's dope. Really cool. Really looking forward to that. And like I said, it drops. It literally goes up for sale in a couple of days. Right. So I'm seeing that they're going to be hard to find as well coming out the gate. I don't think that Valve is going to have enough to meet the demand, especially now being a holiday season and stuff like that. Right now, I think we'll start to see them become available more on a regular basis, first quarter next year, somewhere around there. So I'll be looking for that. And as soon as I can get my hands on one, I intend to do that. Pockets are going to be a little light right now because Christmas is around the corner. And, if you got kids, you already know how that's going to go. So it is what it is. And after that, then it will start. I guess I will start to begin the journey towards the Steam Deck and, what I got to do to make that a reality. It shouldn't take me too long though, but I'm definitely got my eye on it. And now's the time to push play for me. And I'm cool with this one. I'm not even worried about the Steam Deck 2 or anything like that. This one here, I think is the one I've been waiting for. You got the OLED. You can hook it up to a TV just like the Switch. All those good bells and whistles. And then it plays unique games that only it can play. There's PC games, lots of them, that you can only play on PC. And that's why I buy systems, guys. That's why I buy games. If it didn't have that and it was just a cool system, but other systems or pieces of hardware played the same stuff, I wouldn't buy it. Okay. I'm buying this stuff because they give me something that another piece of hardware can't give me, right? Nintendo has things that they give me that nobody else can give me. Sony, Sony does, as much as I talk about them. And then Xbox has the Game Pass, which no one else is really doing. I guess you could argue and say, yeah, Sony's got something similar going on, but there's still things that Xbox has in a lot of games, especially from like the PS3 days, which I adore as well, that they offer, and you're not getting that there. Okay. So it is what it is. Right now, that's where I stand. So looking forward to the Steam Deck. I'm definitely going to keep you guys posted on that. And when I do get one, trust me, you're going to know. And I'm going to start posting as well more on my Instagram. I haven't posted shit on my Instagram. Somebody hit me and was like, yo, what's up with your Instagram, man? It's a fucking ghost town. And I said, you know what? You're right. I have not been posting, and I need to post more. I just got to get back in the habit of doing it. Like anytime I pick up a new game or I see a new anime or I'm doing something, it'd be cool shit to do. I miss that myself. I really do. So I bought a couple of games recently in the last couple of weeks. I think, what did I pick up? Right now I'm playing Paper Mario, which is an awesome game, by the way, which like I said, I've never played before. And I'm kind of like going on a small quest to collect these Nintendo Switch games, these physical games, right? And this is one of the ones I told you guys, I think I paid like $15 for it. Dope game, a lot bigger than I thought it was, like a lot longer than I thought it was. I don't have a lot of time to play right now because I got a lot of shit going on, and I told you guys that. And when I'm leaving the house or whatever, I take the Switch with me, and I've been playing like that. And sometimes I'll sit in bed and play, maybe 30, 45 minutes or something like that. And this is the game that I've been playing. And it's a huge fucking game, man. And it's pretty dope. Excuse me. I fucking just beat this mini boss, whatever you want to call him. It's a fucking big ass box of crayons, color pencils. I was like, I'm sitting here fighting a box of fucking color pencils right now. It makes sense because Paper Mario and everything that goes around in that world, but it's fucking awesome, man. And like I said, these are games that you're not going to get anywhere else. You can tell when you play these games how handcrafted they are and the time that it took and everything that went into these games with Nintendo Studio. Like, they never fucking pull any punches with their fucking first party games. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. And that's what makes Nintendo special, in my opinion. It does. It definitely makes them special. And I'm so ready for Mario RPG. I am. I have it pre-ordered. Everybody's talking about it. This is one that I pre-ordered, then I said, you know what? I'm not going to get this day one. But then I thought about it a lot and I said, man, this is one I really want. This is one I keep thinking about. I'm getting this one. I am playing this one. So this game here is the last game full price that I'll be buying. That I'll be buying this year. The next one will honestly be Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. And that's February 2024. Now, full price in my mind is anywhere from 60 on up. So 60, which are a lot of games, Switch games are 60, a lot of them, and or 70, which, are the most of the other games on the PlayStation and Xbox and all those things, right? So that's what I mean by that. Now, what blew me away, if I can kind of take you guys on a side tour real quick, is a game that I was looking forward to playing on the PlayStation, and it was called Eternites. I think that's how you pronounce it, but any way you want is cool. Game is action RPG type of thing. I just really like the vibe of it, but I thought this was a $60 game, $70 game. No, it's $30. Brand new $30. I didn't know that. I said, what? Oh, it's an indie title. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? This whole time I didn't know it was an indie title like that. I thought it was a AAA game, but it looks so fucking good. And that's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of talented teams out here that are doing good shit, man. And this is a game that I will probably be buying. and it's $30. So guess what? I could probably catch it on a sale Black Friday. I might be to get it for 20. You know, that's dope. So looking forward to that one. So those are the games that I see myself buying. And that's it. Everything else is backlog. You know, that's it. Backlog it up. Going on the Nintendo Switch eShop. You know, there's a couple other games I see on there that I want to grab real quick. And I'm telling you, these are like $2, $3 games. That's it. That's all. Grab those and then I'm good. And then the rest is just, you know, backlog it up. I'm playing Paper Mario now. I'm going to try to get through it before Friday, which was Mario RPG comes out. Hopefully I can start Mario RPG by this weekend. If not, it'll be like next week. It's cool. You know, not worried, not tripping. And that's what I'll be doing. Okay. I've been playing a lot of Switch lately. And then also on the 14th, guys, there's some things that come out. Arc comes out on, I think, Xbox. And I don't know anything about Arc. The only reason I'm knowing this is because my best friend loves that series. He plays it a lot. And he's put like, I forgot how many hours he said he put in this, man, like hundreds though, literally. Hundreds of hours. Like I'm talking about 800, 900, some shit, something crazy like that. So anytime you put in that much time in a game, it means something to you. Okay. It's not my thing. I've looked at trailers. I've watched some gameplay and it's just, it's not my thing, but a lot of people it is, you know, and that's his shit. So, hey, kudos to him for that. That's coming out on the 14th. And then also, the DLC for Remnant 2 is coming out. So I got to get brushed up on that probably tomorrow, so that I can remember what the buttons do and then kind of tackle this DLC and play around there because, I mean, I bought all three of them, like when we bought the game. So I definitely missed that game. Definitely my surprise game. I tell everybody this all the time. My surprise game of 2023 is Remnant 2. It's just a banger that came out of nowhere for me. I didn't play the first one and I tried it, I think, for a quick minute and I didn't like it. It didn't gel with me. This one did for whatever reason. And I can't wait for this DLC. So that's what I'll be playing here in probably the next month. You know, I'll be playing some Mario shit and I'll be playing some of this Remnant 2. And that's it. I don't know what else is next. It'll be some backlog stuff or whatever. And then, like I said, everything else that I'm doing, like in my day, is focused on the YouTube channel, which you guys need to subscribe to. I have all these listeners every week and none of you guys, or I should say most of you guys, are not subscribed to the channel. Shame on you. You download my show and you don't want to fucking subscribe to the channel. If you love me, you'll subscribe. I know you love me. So subscribe. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to pressure you anymore. I'm not going to pull out warm butter and turn the lights down low. I'm not going to do none of that shit, man. Just, when you get a spare time, when you're on YouTube, which most of us are every day, just, go out there and type in random gameplay pimping and hit that subscribe button. Okay. I'm working really hard on the channel, guys. There's new content almost every day, pretty much every day. I mean, I don't think there's a day in the next couple of weeks, or I think in the last couple of weeks that I've had an empty day. There's always been something up there. So definitely check that out. And there'll be more to come. I'll have discussions on there and all that. So be cool. And hopefully I can get big enough to where I'm doing, live chats and stuff like that, live streams, eventually one day. So I'm just working really hard on it, guys, this next year, and I'm going to see where it lands, and hopefully it lands somewhere nice, and we're going to go from there. Also, don't forget to check out DragonBallDrip.com. I don't have the new merch up yet. It will be up this week, though. It will be up this week. The only reason why I wasn't up, I didn't get it done this past week, is because I have like maybe 12 different designs on there, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to do it. I had this kind of idea where I was going to put out one once a month, because I have this comic book kind of thing going where it's issues. So the designs look like comic book covers, right? And, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And each cover has a different character. Awesome. All of them look awesome, by the way. And they look like new comic book covers, new issues or whatever. So I was going to kind of like drop it out once a month or something. But now I'm kind of wondering, I should just drop them all. And if I come up with the new ones, I'll just add them when I add them. So that's kind of like the concept. The comic book is called The Last Saiyans. Yeah, you should definitely check it out next week. I'll let you know. So be looking out next week for the podcast. Also check me out on TikTok as well. I will be posting stuff up there as well. And I think I'm going to do like a video kind of commercial, whatever you want to call it, for that brand. and kind of show off a little bit there. So that's going to be an assignment for me to do. But yeah, definitely check me out on TikTok as well at Random Gameplay Pimpin'. And, those are my main social medias. You can also hit me on Instagram at Studio MacGyver. You can also hit me on Twitter /X. I don't call it X though. And you can subscribe there. Follow me there, guys. A Random Gameplay Pimpin' as well. So it is what it is. That's going to probably do it for the show. This is one a little bit on the shorter side, but that's cool. It's all good. We do this every Monday. If you're new, we do this every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. So if you're listening to this for the first time, hey, welcome to the family. And I hope to see you again next week. And we're going to grow this show, day by day, which we have been doing. And I want to do the same thing for the YouTube channel, guys. So I want to say I appreciate everyone listening, downloading, streaming. I love you guys dearly. And I'll see you guys next week. We're going to get into this. I'm going to talk about Mario RPG. I'm going to talk about Remnant. I'm going to get into some of that. And maybe, hopefully, I'll stumble upon another anime that kind of catch my interest. So that being said, I'm going to get out of here now, guys. I love you guys. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver. And you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.